Hello everyone. Today you'll witness an unexpected guest making an appearance, and Hannibal instantly gets on high alert because this person is none other than his teaching assistant. He saw through Hannibal's disguise at the conference, but chose profit over exposure. He suggests, "Help me put myself in an awkward position." What an interesting proposition. Hannibal replies, "Let me help you with that awkwardness." Hearing the word relief, he chuckles and invites the guy over for a visit. Grabs a stone sculpture and delivers a hefty blow, then proceeds to carve it up neatly to resemble the three of swords from Tarot. Even those who have never touched Tarot can see the loneliness and sorrow embedded within. It's definitely a love letter from Hannibal to a friend. This is the most romantic way I've seen to off someone. The corpse is covered in 999 hanging uniquely above bullet holes, the killer's aim. To show love. Turns out, just days before, Will found a corpse in the auditorium, and he knew it was Hannibal calling out to him. Will had one clear goal: he needed to find Hannibal and take him out or risk becoming the next big bad himself. However, Hannibal hid well, but old Sheriff Patch saw through Will's intentions. After sharing, Patch hands Will a handsome photo and spills about Hannibal's childhood home. Will sets off to Hannibal's mysterious estate all alone in search of. Instead of finding Hannibal, he discovers a mysterious man locked in the dungeon. As Will's about to ask the man's identity, a woman in black appears, gun aimed at him. Will quickly explains he's Hannibal's friend and inquires about the man's origin in the dungeon. He firmly believes that, no matter what, they should never confine a living person in the cage. However, in Chio's eyes, that man in the dungeon doesn't even qualify as an animal. This perspective is shockingly similar to Hannibal's philosophy. After being kicked out, she reveals an even bigger secret to Will. The man imprisoned in the cellar had, believe it or not, once eaten Hannibal's sister, Misha. Chio totally gets Hannibal's actions, so she volunteers to help keep the man locked up, but Will is furious about what happened to me. Will thinks that's no reason for Hannibal's actions, and Chio omits much explanation, just stating that Hannibal won't show up here. Somewhere on this land lies Hannibal's lifelong nightmare. After hearing the secret, instead of leaving, Will decides to unleash Hannibal's nightmares. But when Chio comes back with food for the cellar, the man will release Desnicum, but takes the chance to tackle her. In a dire moment, Chio picks up a bone from the ground and plunges it fiercely into the man's neck. "I will help you find him, so why are you assisting me?" "I have no reason to stay here, no reason. You didn't see him." With his plan working, Will still doesn't leave. Instead, he turns the dead body into a glowing bug, covered in snails. Totally Uncle Jack style move. Turns out, even psychopaths have their romantic side. Meanwhile, Hannibal in Italy is making his own choices. If past actions dictate future behaviors, you can only forgive Will. It's time for me to have him for dinner. This is a man even the devil fears. Whenever he hosts a dinner, his friends' hearts are racing. During dinner, he is incredibly hospitable, even letting guests serve themselves. Just as Hannibal enjoys his feast, a bounty for his head surfaces online. Turns out just days before, Chio was lured by Will to seek revenge on Hannibal, but changed her mind and decided to protect this gentle soul. But while Will wasn't paying attention, she actually flung him off the train. Little did he know, Will isn't the only one out for Hannibal. Wealthy Mason is plotting his own crazy revenge too. Mason's past crazy actions led him to a miserable life, and he wants Hannibal to pay the same price, so he puts a bounty on him. Meanwhile, Hannibal is blissfully unaware that danger is creeping ever closer. Just as he's cleaning artifacts under a fake identity, Sheriff Patch suddenly shows up regarding a missing person. He asks Hannibal if he has news of the former curator. Hannibal naturally says no. However, Patch has already got a clue. This man in front of him is the notorious Florence monster. To make sure Hannibal gets his just desserts, he contacts Mason through the dark web, thanking him for the partnership. Hannibal's prey is trapped here alone. Mason offers a high price for a live Hannibal. But if Patch wants this deal to go through, he first needs to provide orders that can confirm Hannibal's identity. Despite Mason's extremely harsh and risky terms, Patch accepts due to the tempting reward. Shortly after, Patch finds Hannibal with a wooden box claiming it contains items carried by his ancestor at the time of death. Upon hearing these words, Hannibal's interest is immediately piqued. He sets down the fruit knife and begins to examine it carefully, and the fingerprints on the hilt quickly draw Patch's attention. But time's pressing, Patch gives up. Hannibal then shows an old wooden arrow engraved with Patch's ancestor Francis' name. Hannibal declares that Patch's ancestor was executed due to greed. The sculpture is a warning to us all. Unfortunately, Patch is too focused on gathering fingerprints to heed Hannibal's warning. The titles, he's knocked out by Hannibal and wakes up bound to a torture device. This is one of the death methods Hannibal planned for him. Hannibal ropes Patch's neck, then guts him, tossing him out the window to hang in midair. At this moment, Patch is just like his ancestor, falling into the abyss due to greed. Ironically, Jack arrives just in time to catch this scene. Faced with his old enemy, he charges in. Hannibal knows he can't escape, so he resorts to psychological pressure to force Jack to show himself. Jack this time is no fool, he's learned, stealthily sneak attacking Hannibal for a crushing hit. A moment of hesitation leads to a brutal tussle, and Hannibal slowly crawls to the window's edge. Without hesitation, Jack pushes Hannibal down, but unknowingly, Patch's corpse becomes Hannibal's escape tool.